What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is actually going to be a Throwback Thursday video. I did these last year for the month of January, just the colder months where I'm not able to get out and fish as much, but I still want to try to upload a couple times a week. So this is going to be the Throwback Thursday series. I'm going to do it each Thursday in January, so I believe that's 4 Thursdays, and this is the first one. So you guys have seen some of my favorite catches, some of my big fish, but today's video is actually going to be my top 5 lost fish, which is a little different, and it's not my favorite video to create because I don't really like revisiting those memories too much. But I wanted to show this video to you guys because it's, you know, it's real. It's what happens out there. You don't catch every fish you hook into, and you definitely don't catch all the big ones. So this is going to be Throwback Thursday top 5 lost fish. So coming in at number 5 is actually from this past year. It was at Sugar Barge. It was in October. It was a Yakabass event. It was the last tournament of the season. Basically what happened here is I lost a fish in the last 30 minutes. It appeared to be a pretty good sized fish. It was a crazy hard day of fishing. There was a lot of small limits caught. Big fish were hard to come by, and this fish looked every bit of 16, 17 inches. And believe it or not, if it had been 17 inches, it would have called my small fish out, and I would have got the W for that tournament. But you know, that's how it goes. I still ended up in 4th place, so I can't complain. When you have that big bite in the last half hour of fishing that you're just praying for, and she comes off, that one definitely stings. God, that was it. That was the fish. No! Oh my God, that was it. That was the kicker I needed right there. Coming at number 4 is actually from 2015. This was a pre-fishing day at Lake Palestine in Texas. It was the day before the tournament. It was a tough day of pre-fish. I couldn't find a lot of fish. Towards the end of the day, I found one little stretch of fish that I actually ended up using on tournament day and did okay. But man, this bite was probably one of the biggest swirls I've ever had when bass fishing, and I didn't get a good look at the fish, so I don't know what species it was. It could have been a catfish, but I'll tell you what, if it was a bass, it was a giant. I think that's probably why this one hurts, because I don't know exactly what it was. All I know is it was big. So it ends up really just being another fishing story. Coming in at number 3 also revisits 2015, the cat season. This was at Decker Lake. This was an absolute slugfest. This was on tournament day. Actually, I can't really complain too much because I ended up catching like 103 inches for my best 5 this day and still coming in at 4th place. I think the winner, Joe Sanderson, had like 110 inches, which is insane. To give you a little bit of context, the first thing in the morning, I was on my way to my first spot and I stumbled across a shad spawn, active fish feeding on them. Probably lasted 40 minutes. It was insane fishing, one of the craziest days of my life. Just at every cast, I'd get bit. I had just finished catching a 22 incher, really solid fish, of course, and within the next 2 minutes I was flipping a Rage Menace. I usually set the hook pretty hard. I had my big beefy flipping stick. I set the hook hard and this fish pulled back, straight up out muscled me, put me in the reeds, and she came off. No clue how big it was, definitely stung, but you know, it's almost 3 years later, so it doesn't hurt as much. Coming in at number 2 is another tournament from this past year, a Yakabass tournament. This was at Tower Park. Pre-fishing the day before was pretty tough, but I did find one area between 2 islands with a lot of floating vegetation that actually held big fish. The guy that came in there before me caught a 5 and a 7 on a frog. Then I ended up catching a 4. The trick was making a lot of casts. You have to make a ton of casts and really put the bait on one's head. I knew in reality on tournament day I needed to spend a good amount of my day in there just to get 1 or 2 bites, and as luck would have it, on tournament day that happened. I got that 1 big bite out of there, and again, my fault. I lowered the rod, she jumped, she came unbuttoned, and that was it. Another fish that would have called a very small fish, and probably, I don't want to say it would have gotten me the win, but I would have been in contention for the win for that tournament as well, and instead ended up in like 16th place. So that fish definitely hurt, especially when, you know, you invest so much time to get 1 bite and then you waste your opportunity. So that one definitely hurt. can't see that. That was at least 4. And coming in at number 1, my most painful loss is this past year on the Delta, 2017. I will say this, everything that happened here for this fish to be lost was my fault. I was fishing a chatterbait, got bit, weak hook set, did not play the fish enough, and reached for my net too early. Let slack in the line, she jumped, she came off, that's it. Why this one hurt was because I believe this fish close to 10 pounds. I had a good look at her. I caught a 25-incher in East Texas. It was post-spawn, it was skinny, so it wasn't 10 pounds, but this fish was every bit as long as that fish and definitely had a lot more girth. Could have pushed 10 pounds, I don't know. It's hard to say when you don't have them in the boat. Easily could have been 8 pounds, but that was definitely the most pain I've felt after losing a fish. Oh my god! That was a 10-pounder. Oh my god! So there you go, guys. That is Throwback Thursday, week 1 for you. Top 5 losses for me. Hope you enjoyed my pain and agony. Hope you guys enjoy this series. But again, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next one.